Good evening everyone and welcome. I am here joined by Boris M, President of the Swiss Esports Federation. Good evening Boris, and thanks a lot for taking your time.
Very good evening.
There's going to be an important forum, an esports forum on the 21st of July in Lausanne. A lot of people from the esports environment are going to be present. A lot of people also of classic sport environment and the IOC, the International Olympic Committee. Can you tell us, Boris, for the people who don't know, what is this meeting all about?
So yes, as the president of the IOC stated, Mr. McConnell, this meeting is basically an opportunity for all parties involved in the esports ecosystem to meet and to maybe just discover each other, understand what's everyone's goal and where do we want to go. It's more like it's a little bit of a let's meet and understand this new phenomenon, you know.
Let's try to be friends, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, and I can also take this opportunity to clarify for everybody out there that tonight I'm not representing the SESF. That's only my point of view, and I hope this will be understood.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, no problem.
I'm just gonna start with IOC Director of Sport Kit McConnell states that inclusion of esports in the Olympic program is not one of the goals of the esports forum on the 21st of July. Are you disappointed?
No, actually, I must say that I'm completely agreeing with him.
Okay.
This is completely understandable because this is just like, you know, in Le Petit Prince. We are just meeting. We are just trying to understand who wants what are our vision, and this inclusion in the Olympic movement is already for me like one of the steps you can do when you're very ready, very mature, and this is it will be very nice. But I think it's a bit too early. Let's first meet, discuss, connect, and then I think things are gonna fall into place. You know, naturally, it's gonna take a bit of more time, I think. But for now, I think it's nice to just talk, listen, and then you know, build on that and see the potential opportunities for partnerships after.
Nice. Nevertheless, Paris 2024. Could this be an entry for esports, maybe?
Yeah, it's been. I think it's already been published by various esports online journals or newspapers that Paris organization team is already deeply talking with. We don't know with whom, but they are talking to include esports, not of course as a main sports activity, but as a side activity, discovery activity. And I think this is, in my opinion, already great. Let's start with, you know, like showing esports in the context of Olympic Games. Just to show that it's something that is really that has reached the whole, let's say, the whole planet right now. I think we can say that.
Of course.
And then so that people can already discover. I mean, it's very important to democratize esports. To have this at Olympic Games means people are gonna go there. It's gonna be just a booth. I don't know exactly what it's gonna be, but just discovering what it is, how it works, and what ecosystem it entails. I think it's very cool.
Cool. The esports scene seems to lack the unifying framework for inclusion. How could the International Esports Federation, with the help of the SESF, of course, help to build up this framework?
Yes, in my opinion, I think this is very tricky because the first thing we have to really not like state is that esports is very young by itself. It doesn't mean anything, but comparatively to other sports, we are very young. We are, for me, less than 20 years. It's around now 10 years for both the ISF and the SESF. 10 years is very young in a federation and in the movement to, you know, as you said, build a framework. So for me, we're at the same time trying to build a framework, and also since it goes so fast, we are also trying to apply it. I think we, on the side of on a planetary scale, let's say in the world, what is very hard is, and one of the challenge is to first have all or a majority of national federation included. And so far we have already like plenty, but we don't have all of them because there are some countries like the United States where maybe it's not needed, or because also the publishers invest a lot to help, you know, the players develop, like, you know, as we have seen, like with the University League, there are lots of things players can do without the need of the federation because the publisher are investing to support the players. But I also think it's nice that the ISF can help develop federation. So we can also have this side that is a bit impartial and that is developing esports as a whole, talking to parents, not about specific games, but about gaming in general, how to understand this phenomenon. And of course, the next step after that is that federation gets recognized in each country. That's still not the case. It's one of the big steps we have to go through to go to the next phase in the application process, is to have recognition of almost, I don't know, there is a number, but of a lot of national federation. And this is the next step that can be hard. We are working hard in Switzerland with the SESF on our side to have with the recognition commission and the work that's been done, working with Parliament and such things to move forward with esports in Switzerland and to make it mainstream. But this is gonna be a lot more work, but we're going there. Let's be patient, I think.
Talking about work, IOC President Thomas Bach often repeated that killing games will never be a part of the Olympic movement. At the same time, the most prominent esports games are related to kills. How will you try to convince the IOC from the fact that the killing aspect is not that relevant for e-athletes? Or do you think it's just a matter of time?
Well, we have to be also, there are killings, there are games that are super violent with a lot of gore aspects that are clearly 18 plus. There are different type of killing games. But what I think is with democratization of esports and understanding that virtually destroying a bunch of pixels doesn't equal to actually killing someone, I think this is when we democratize this and we make it clear that, for instance, game like Counter-Strike, Global Offensives, this cannot be played by minors because we have to respect PEGI. We have to be very strict also in the federation about who we allow in tournaments and who we disallow. And after that, I think it's a matter of acceptance and explanation. I think we can safely say, in my opinion, of course, that if we can allow people to punch each other or to kick each other in various sports that are fighting sports, in the rules, of course, so we don't hurt each other, I think we can also safely say that we can understand that killing virtually each other doesn't equal to trying to hurt for real, which sometimes was, used as a scapegoat to say killing games encourage people, like to go into violence. And I think this is for me, this has to be debunked because this is completely unrelated. It's too easy to do it, and I think there's a lot of explanation to do, as you said, but it's not so hard to show that it's still a bunch of pixels. It's not reality, but kids need to realize this is virtual, and this comes with also education. It's not only the esports federation or esports governing bodies that can bring this to the table. We have also to count on the parents,
I absolutely agree. Besides the IOC, some of the most important esports companies will be in Lausanne. Will you have the chance to meet them?
Yes, of course. I think this is we are expected to receive the formal list with all the invitees who accepted very soon. And this is going to be, of course, a great opportunity for the Swiss Esports Federation to meet and greet and have a first discussion on potential partnerships, how we can work with publishers. And I think this is very clear. It's one of the top priorities is to be in contact and work together with publishers to build something great for everybody. Cool. So on that side, we also this is something we are starting to send the invites. It's not related to the forum, but it's completely another program. But on the Sunday, so on the 22nd, we received we got the go from them to organize a side event only organized by the SESF. So we're going to organize a small breakfast. So it's an esports breakfast by the Swiss Federation. And the Recognition Commission has already identified a couple potential people to invite. And the goal is to also have let's say a small group of people, like maximum 20, to also discuss directly with potential actors. So we'll see how that goes. But we hope also that we can prove that the SESF also want to proactively engage in a dialogue with all the important actors.
Nice. You took away my two last questions. I was going to ask what points you will be discussing with those people, but maybe we can rephrase it differently. When you're going to leave on July 21st, in what way do you need to walk out of that room so you can tell yourself today was a success? maybe what handshake do you need to have had at this meeting to say, yes, it was a success today?
Okay. So I think the success relies in one simple thing is, at the end of the day, we all have to collaborate. I think there can be incentive to not collaborate, but the root, let's say, cause of what is going to bring success in esports and what is going to make it a discipline that's going to last for a long time and that is going to be recognized by society is that we all work together. The IP holders, all the side, let's say, organizers, the teams, the clubs, the federations, everybody, we all need to collaborate. And I think if we get out of this meeting knowing like we have found, I don't know, 5, 6 ideas of collaboration, we have more contacts. We are, like the SESF is also more known, is put on the map, and people understand that our intentions are only to bring esports to the next level. Mm-hmm. I think at that point we can safely say that the day would have been worth it. And nice. I don't doubt that this is what is going to happen. I think everybody wants to collaborate. We can all work together, and I'm almost certain it's going to be a really interesting meeting. Because after having already talked during the Busan event by the ESF, so the global summit, I already had the chance to talk with various publishers, and I think everybody is interested to collaborate. I don't think it's like even different states, countries. It's really something we all have to work on, because if there is one thing that is clear, is that everybody is touched by esports, and if it touches everybody or most of the population, then we have to build something great. Nice. It's more like a responsibility,
A very optimistic president of the Swiss Esports Federation. Yeah, I like that, Boris. Thanks a lot for your time. That was all. No problem. I wish you a very nice evening, and thanks again for answering my questions. Good luck on July 21st. And,
thanks a lot.
Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks for the interview.
Thank you very much. Ciao, ciao.
Esport.ch, powered by UPC.